Boys, we are here, episode 111 going down right now. And of course, I am joined by my brother, Joey Allen.
Yo.
How you feeling, Joey?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited.
Looking great, brother.
Thank you, man. So are you.
Thank you. So so this episode, or this intro we're recording after we already recorded the episode, and there were some barriers broken on this week's episode.
Our guest brought another guest, and I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I was not expecting it either. But, I would say, perfect addition for the show,
Sure, yeah.
Maybe we should get one for the podcast.
Maybe not.
No, but nonetheless, dude, such a great conversation. This is also a first for this season. Mm-hmm. First time we had a painter on. I think we've had a couple on in the past, or maybe they just do that on the side or whatever. But this dude, the caliber of this painter
This
is what he does. He's a legend, especially just in this community.
Yeah.
But also a really chill dude. It was so dope having him come through the pod today, and just I didn't expect the conversation to go as good as it did. You know what I mean? You don't really have a lot of expectations before you meet the
You
guest.
just never know.
You never know.
Because it's your first time meeting them.
100%. And but nonetheless, bro, such a great human being. I don't want to take a lot of time on this intro though, because it is such a great episode, and I want all the OGs to hear it as soon as possible. But as always, we gotta knock out win of the week.
Let's do it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, episode 111, win of the week. Shall I start it off?
Let's go. I want to hear yours.
So I have two this week.
Okay.
One of them is kind of a repeat from last week. Same style, but different people. Mm-hmm. One of my best friends since longest time ever. I've known this guy since 7th grade. He just got engaged. Him and Melissa.
Shout out to him.
Shout out Josh. You might know him as JD. You might know him as Josh. Yeah. But anyone that knows me knows that I kind of grew up with Josh, and he lives in Tallahassee now. And but no, he just actually went to Italy and Germany for Oktoberfest. Yeah. And so he was out there partying. I think they were there a week, but they got engaged on that trip. And
that's crazy, man. All our friends are getting engaged.
I'm really excited too, because this is the first ever time. I'm going to be his best man in the wedding, but this is my first ever time even going to a wedding. Will be whenever they get married, unless Meg and Nate get married beforehand. Right, I've never been to a wedding, so I'm very excited.
I actually crashed a wedding one time.
No
on accident.
way.
Yeah, me and my mom were trying to go to my aunt's wedding or something. We walked into this big ass church, nice ass church. We walked in big ass wooden double doors, swung them things open. It wasn't our people.
No way.
And they were in the middle of the service too.
Oh my God, that's funny.
We walked in a little bit and then started looking around, saw the people at the fucking front getting married. We're like, damn, that's not Aunt Christy. So we started to walk out.
Dude, that's hilarious, bro. No, so that just keeping it subtle this week. That's my win of the week. Shout out JD and shout out Mel. But my second win of the week is me and my little sisters went to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time ever. Last weekend.
First time ever?
First time ever. I've never been.
How was it?
I will say, bro, it was fucking dope.
I'm actually going soon.
I'm a big Halloween guy. Yeah. I really are you going this weekend?
I'm going this weekend, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you've been before, right?
I've been before, yeah.
So I didn't know really what to expect. I know there's a lot of scary things obviously are going on, but my little sisters it's funny because we're opposites with things we're scared of. So for me, I'm very scared of roller coasters and things that put my life at risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at Halloween Horror Nights, the scary people jumping out at you, they can't grab you or nothing like that. And I will say we did some haunted houses where the jump scares kind of got me, but my little sisters, that's what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
So the whole time we're going through it, and anyone that knows me, me and my little sisters are really close and we do so many things together. So the whole time we're kind of going through it, and I'm not super scared except for when they jump out at you and kind of catch you off guard.
Yeah.
But they're the whole time, they couldn't even get through the door, bro, to start the haunted house. And as soon as we got there, we went to a haunted house. It was, I think, ranked a 7 out of 10 or something.
Yeah.
One thing I will say though, man, is definitely get the fast pass. I don't know if you guys have got tickets yet or whatever. It's just, or plan on getting there right when the gates open, because every line we sat in was about an hour.
Really?
And so you think about it, bro. It's by the time you get to your third thing, and it says the time of how many of how long you'll be in line for. And honestly, bro, there were certain houses where we didn't even do them because it was an hour and 30-minute wait or something. And it's already midnight. You only have until 2:00.
True.
And it was just, there were certain things I wish that we had done differently, which we will do next year. We're going to try to make it a tradition to go every year. But nonetheless, bro, so much fun. That was actually my first time riding.
Were you scared ever?
So I was scared, but not because of the haunted houses or the walkers. And the walkers are like the people that are just walking around in the streets to scare people, like with the chainsaws and shit. And my little sisters couldn't handle any of that, bro. I mean, they had to walk like way up by the buildings, like just to not be in the street. I kind of enjoyed that part, but then this is my first ever time like really riding a roller coaster. I've always been so scared of roller coasters. I'm a big like heights guy. I don't fuck with heights, bro. So like even if there's been times where we'll be on a hike somewhere and I can't handle it because you know it's so high up in the air.
Yeah.
And, there's times where I've even been on like escalators, like at the Jag Stadium. There's escalators where they're like
and you're
going to the
freaking
top.
out.
Well, when you're at the very top, bro, it's just like you and the escalator. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't fuck with like putting my life in the hands of like machinery, I guess, or something like that. But no, I rode Rip Ride Rocket. That was the second thing we did when we got there, bro. My little sisters love roller coasters. Like they're not afraid of any of that shit. And so, you know, them being like 18 years old, like I'm 26, I'm like, I gotta show them up. Like, you know, I can't be the bitch brother that doesn't fucking go and do a roller coaster with them.
Were you scared?
Bro, I thought I was gonna fucking die. I thought my life was over. I thought that my life was over because so you know Rip Ride Rocket, right? That's for the people that don't know. It's like this roller coaster where you have like music playing like right next to your ears. I chose Humble by Kendrick Lamar. So like as soon as I press the button, and you only have like 10 seconds to pick a fucking song. So I just clicked hip hop and rap and then the first one. And it's like, nobody pray for me. And I'm like sitting there in the first part of the ride, you're just going straight up for, I mean, it's got to be at least maybe 100 yards or something. And you're going so slow. And I mean, when I say straight
probably
up.
like 20 feet.
No, bro, you know this fucking ride. It is so, and it goes so slow up. So like, as soon as you just start going up and your feet aren't touching the ground. It's just your back all the way like pressed against the fucking ride. And you're going up and you're going up. And then where I fucked up, bro, is I looked to the sides. Like you just got to look straight ahead and just pretend that you're only 20 feet in the air or something. But when you look over to the sides and you see that you're higher than every building. You're higher than all the other.
See everything.
Bro, you see like the what's that water park? It's like Typhoon Lagoon or something, whatever, with the big mountain.
Yeah.
Bro, that mountain looks like a fucking pebble when you are up there, bro. It's like you're so high up in the air. And then, I mean, I just had no idea what to expect when it came to the drops and shit. And then the first, like, loop-de-loop, you're kind of like, you go upside down for a second, then it rolls you, and then you go back down. And I don't understand how people enjoy this shit, bro, because it's like the whole time you just feel your body being pressed against, like, different parts. Like, you feel like if this piece that's holding me in, like, this little bar or whatever, brother, you're
getting flung.
Dude, you would die upon impact with any of those. Like, if the thing broke and God forbid you got thrown out, there's no chance of survival. And there's one part of that ride, I believe, there were certain parts where I would definitely have my fucking eyes closed. I'll tell you that. Like the picture where it's like they have like one picture where you're like going down. I threw my hands up and my eyes are closed. So like pretending like I'm like have no problem with it or whatever for my little sister's sake. But in reality, I'm not even looking.
Yeah.
And but there's one part of that ride where you kind of like go through a wall, like the side of a fucking wall. It's like blown out or something, and you're just like, bro, that shit scares the fuck out of me. I'll tell you, because when you're looking at it, the way you kind of approach it, it doesn't look like there's a hole in the wall. You just look like you're about to run into a fucking building because there's like a person, like there's rows in front of me and I couldn't see the hole coming up. And I'm like, bro, I really braced for fucking impact. Like as if the one time I try to do a roller coaster, it's going to like fuck up and run into a wall or something. And dude, I swear that had me, I was pretty shook when I was doing that. Not going to lie. Like I was, once we went through that wall, like I actually let out a really like pure scream. You know what I mean? Other times you're just kind of screaming with all the other people. And you're kinda, but this time
you were
like,
scared.
There was an F-bomb, and you know I really cursed a lot for my sisters and shit. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, dude, I was losing my shit.
That's crazy.
And no, I couldn't imagine like just doing that ride again and again and again. I'm sure it gets better and easier as you do it, but nonetheless. Shout out to my little sisters for going with me on that. I had such a great time, bro.
That's good.
And I'm like I've actually never even seen a Harry Potter movie, but I love that Harry Potter world, bro. I think it's so like creative and just, it makes me want to watch Harry Potter, honestly. Like,
did you have the batter beer or beer butter? Butter beer?
So they weren't even serving that. Well, like at the time, by the time we went to Harry Potter Land, it was already like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And so most of the stuff was already shut down, but you just had like the scary things going on. And there's a ride that you need to do. I don't know if you've ever done it. It's like this, it's a 3D ride for Harry Potter. It is sick, bro. It's really dope. Like it is kind of like scary. Like it's not like you're going upside down, like that kind of scary.
Yeah.
But it's
like a rail car that you sit in, right? And then it goes, no?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
But it's spinning too. So like you don't even realize when you have the glasses on, you think the tracks are like in front of you, but really the machine is spun so the tracks are like behind you or like to the side of you.
So you just go somewhere else.
It stops you for a second and then it'll be like someone coming, like there's one part where a snake actually like lunges out towards you and it looks like it's right in your face. And then when it goes to eat you, it pushes you like down this way, but you think the cart's facing forward. Yeah. It's just like a trippy ride, bro. And my little sister's actually lost her 3D glasses halfway through the ride.
I bet it makes the ride easier.
Spoiler, oh, for sure.
Because you don't have to see anything.
100%. But spoiler alert, there is a part on that ride where you are like, just hold on to your glasses.
Okay.
Because there's a part where it kind of like shoots you and you're not really expecting it.
Yeah.
And you kind of drop down a little bit. And then it was funny. Grace was sitting next to me on my left side and Bella was on my right. And both their glasses flew off at the same point. But Grace's landed right in my lap. So I caught him and I handed him back to her, and she threw him back on. The whole time I look over at Bella, and she's like, it's not 3D for her anymore. Yeah. So she's just like seeing everything, and I kind of wanted to know what it looked like from her perspective, but no, dude, you guys got to do that one. Yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck it's called, but it's even like the walk up to that ride.
Yeah,
the displays they have, where it's like these little robots, but they're dressed like the fucking people. So captivating, bro. So that's definitely one I would suggest anyone doing Halloween Horror Nights. But that was my first time. Really enjoyed it.
Sounds like it.
I appreciate all you guys kind of powering through that fucking long ass win of the week. But no, what's your win of the week, brother?
Okay, so I didn't go to any theme parks or anything, so mine is just like something crazy that happened this week. I got my work vehicle, right? So my personal vehicle, I don't really drive it. Like it can go a week and a half before I even turn that bitch on. Yeah. So I went to go try to turn it on. Battery's dead. Terrible. Win of the week coming up. There's this little battery pack. It's like a jumper. It comes in the smallest fucking little thing. And I just put the little clips on my battery, started it up, and I was like, if I was stranded somewhere, like luckily I was in front of the house.
Oh, like,
I wasn't anywhere important, but like that's such a good thing to have.
That actually is a really good win of the week because there's been times where I've needed that really bad.
And if you have jumper cables, sure, you have jumper cables, but do you have another car?
Exactly.
So that little,
we've all been in that position where you got to go like ask somebody in the parking lot. And I hate doing that, bro, because it's like such a dick move. Like
it's an inconvenience.
Such an inconvenience. And like you're kind of putting the pressure on someone to be a good person. But if they're having a bad day, like, you know what I mean?
You don't want to push them over there.
Especially if you have the fucking jumper cables, you're like, all I need you to do is just pull up next to my car.
You walk around the parking lot with jumper cable. Please, can you help me?
Yeah.
just pull up next to me.
No, but that's a good one, bro. That's a great win of the week, man. Also, when this episode comes out, I think we've already released an episode in October, but it is October.
October, it's Halloween season.
It is Spooktober, as some people will say. I'm very excited for just everything we've got lined up for this year. We got some special things we'll be doing for the studio for Halloween. You know, the boys definitely love Halloween over on this side.
Got to show out.
But nonetheless, bro, I mean, happy Halloween, I guess, to everyone. It's almost here. So I love this time of year, bro. What's your favorite part about October?
Honestly, my birthday, but the weather.
Yeah.
It starts to cool down a little bit. You get that little cool breeze in the mornings. That shit feels so good. I'm tired of sweating my ass off.
The cool breeze is definitely one thing.
Yeah.
One thing that I haven't really done in the past couple of years, but I just love to do it, bro, is carving pumpkins. It sounds so stupid.
I've been carving pumpkins.
But I love carving pumpkins, bro. Like as a kid, we used to do it all the time as a family and stuff like that. And no, I think it'd be cool, maybe... at some point.
You want to carve some pumpkins?
I think it'd be cool to carve some
pumpkins. We can carve some pumpkins.
Or we could like keep it on brand and carve oranges.
That's not fun. What are you going to get all the guts out of an orange?
Yeah, true.
I don't think it's going to work.
No, but slight announcement for anyone that hasn't really picked up on this over the past couple episodes is there won't be very many episodes in this studio. A lot of new things are coming for the podcast, including us expanding. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about these changes, bro. I went and toured the studio yesterday. The new studio. Yeah. It looks so fucking sick. Of course, my dumbass didn't take a video. I know. I'm as soon as I left, I was so ashamed of myself. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? But I'm so excited just to get into that place and just kind of set everything up. So if anyone has any suggestions, sometimes me and Joey don't catch everything because, we're just repetitively doing the same thing every week. But if anyone has any suggestions for what they want to see in the new studio, this will be your episode to drop it on, because at this point, when this gets released...
I have a suggestion.
What is it?
More plants.
More plants is a good one. I actually really like that idea. I think it'd be really cool if we put like a shelf over the neon light and had some plants kind of hanging down, over, but also some on top of it.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people that don't see or maybe haven't been to the studio before, the walls and everything don't go all the way to the ceiling. So that's something I want to do with the new studio too, is I want to have the black walls go all the way up to the ceiling and have maybe, the textured material behind you. I want to have that go all the way up to the ceiling. But just things like that, little changes I think will make the studio a lot better. Also, I really want to get rid of this desk.
Yeah.
I'm done with the desk, bro. And okay.
That desk is the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I can't believe we've held on to that for 3 fucking years.
Okay, facts. Fuck you, but facts. The desk was my idea. No, but I think it would be really cool if we had like another concept where like maybe a couch style thing or maybe 2 chairs or something. They kind of made it feel like you're homey, yeah, like very like comfortable. I'm tired of sitting in a fucking swivel chair for an hour every week. You know
I kind of like it because I like moving.
Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah. Your ass would be fucking. You'll be shifting positions throughout the whole episode. But I think it would be cool to switch some things up and make it fun for the viewers. Yeah. So y'all stay tuned for that. Nonetheless, I know I said I didn't want to take a long time with this intro. 15 minutes later, here we are.
Let's go.
But yeah, this is a great episode. Super excited for everyone to hear it. We got 2 special guests in the building today. One's a human, one's an animal. So you guys stay tuned. Great episode going down right now.
Boom.
What up, OGs? Episode 111 going down right now. And of course, I'm here with my brother, Joey Allen.
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited for this episode.
Yeah, you got a little bit of goosebumps right now.
I know. I'm a little scared. So you got a little snake over there. Yeah, you know I don't like snakes.
So we got two guests in the building today,
yes,
man.
Sir.
I'm very excited to have them both here today, man. So this is a huge episode for the pod. Everyone, please join me in welcoming the man himself, your favorite artist in the city, Chris Clark. And his pet snake.
What's the snake's name?
Cream.
What's up, Cream?
Oh my gosh, dude, that thing is so dope. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
Pleasure to have you on the show, for real.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. So let's get in. Let's start with Cream.
Yeah, let's talk about the snake.
Let's talk about the snake first, man. So is it a baby or is that like full size?
Yeah, so it's a baby. It's a corn snake, so it'll get a little bit bigger than it's not too much. Not an anaconda.
Yeah. Have you owned a lot of snakes throughout your life?
Just 3. So
okay.
This is the 3rd one. So we had a boa.
Okay.
And another corn snake. But a lot of extreme pets: tarantulas, scorpions.
Oh my gosh.
All kind of crazy lizards.
So if you see a snake outside, you gonna pick it up? You gonna go? No, hell no.
Pick it up.
That's nuts. How long do they usually live for?
That I'm not sure.
Can she hear us right now? Do they have ears?
They can definitely feel the vibrations.
Gosh, it's so interesting, man. And then what do they eat? Rats?
Yeah, she eats right now little pinky mice, so basically baby mice.
Okay, cool. Is it ever hard to kind of watch that process when you drop the rat in or mice and?
That's the best part.
Oh, really?
That's wild. Movie.
That's gnarly, man.
Does the rat ever fight back?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Does it ever win?
No.
Is there any animals you have a fear of?
I don't think so.
Grizzly bear?
Nah.
That's nuts.
Do you think you could win a fight with a grizzly bear?
I'm just going to go the other way.
So even like a big snake or a snake that you know is poisonous or whatever, do you think that would kind of give you some chills or anything?
I mean,
like
I wouldn't mess with it, but I wouldn't be scared.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. Yeah, I mean, just looking at that snake, like you can tell that she's very calm. Oh, yeah. You know, good vibes with that one. But some snakes, man, you'll see them and they're so quick.
Well, I'm scared of snakes. Only time I've ever picked up a snake was one time in my life. There was a little tiny, it was like this big, in the middle of Universal Walkway. It was about to get stomped, so I just picked him up. It was quick. I picked him up and like tossed
him. Is there ever a fear that the snake will get out of its cage or whatever? Like you'll see that sometimes.
We've had that happen before.
Really?
Yeah, with the boa. It would push his way out all the time.
Mm-mm. And so where do they usually go? Just like try to find a hiding spot or something like that?
We find it under a blanket or like behind some boxes or something crazy.
And you're not scared to go looking for it or anything?
Boas get big.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so ours didn't get that big. It passed away. I think it ate something that hurt it.
Yeah.
But it was probably about that length at its biggest.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they get like super long.
Mm. Have you ever had a snake like lay out next to you and like fully extend itself?
Yeah, we haven't had one that long.
Okay. Well, because I know sometimes like a snake will, I mean, I actually heard this from a friend of mine. She used to like, you know, not sleep with her snake, but like she'd have like play with the snake whenever she's like in bed getting ready or whatever. And the snake would always like line itself up right next to her. And turns out that that's the snake sizing up the prey to be eaten or whatever.
Let me see, can I eat this?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Cream here is going to be having any ideas like that anytime soon. But dude, that's dope. I'm glad you brought her through today, man. Yeah. Does she usually go everywhere with you?
So she's new, so not yet.
Okay, gotcha. Is there any places where you can't take a snake?
I've taken snakes everywhere. So to the grocery store, the dog park. So when we had our boa, I would wear it around my neck, and like people would just be talking like normal conversation. Like, whoa, like, what's that?
Dude, you ever put him down like on the ground? Are you scared he's gonna run away?
Not in public. Sometimes outside, like in a yard.
Yeah.
Just to let them like feel some.
Are they faster on the ground?
Yeah, they're pretty fast.
Dude, that's nuts, man. So let's get into your journey. Obviously, Cream will be here the whole episode, so we can get back to her in a little bit. But no, man. So, dude, you're such an incredible artist. Dude, it's an honor to have you on the show today, man. Just like going through a lot of your, your portfolio and the artwork that you've done. How did this all begin for you, man? Have you been making art since you were a kid?
Oh man, yeah, I've been making art since I was a kid. Like it's always been something that I was interested in doing. I started off wanting to do animation, so like animation and comic books and comic strips and stuff like that. And I pretty much tried a little bit of everything in the arts until I ended up where I am now, more so like in fine arts and murals and stuff. Yeah,
man. So is there a little bit of like a difference between, like when you're doing animations, it's got to be more digital art, right?
Oh yeah, digital, computer stuff. I didn't like staring at the computer screen all day. So
that makes sense for sure. Can't blame him for that. How do you feel about the AI art thing? Like how a lot of people are doing like this AI art where they just type in a prompt and it pops up a whole idea for them.
You asked the wrong person. I love AI art.
Yeah, you love it.
I love AI art.
That's awesome.
I think it's the future of art. It's almost like people felt the same way when cameras were invented. It's going to take over art or make artists obsolete, but I just see it as a tool. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing tool, so I love it, and I found ways to utilize it in like traditional art, and so
I like that, bro.
I'm a huge fan.
No, I think it's really dope too. Honestly, it makes the process a lot like quicker and easier for a lot of people. But it also like is a tool. We had a guy on here who's a digital artist, I guess what you would call him, but he like uses AI to kind of like start the prompt for what he's going to draw. Yeah. So like if he wants to make something crazy where it's like Poseidon or something where it's like you can't really find like a picture reference. Exactly. He'll look it up on AI and then it make this crazy art based off of the prompt that it kind of
and like AI gave him. I mostly do portraits, so like when you're looking online, you'll find that a lot of artists use the same portraits. They're going to the same places like Pinterest or Google. But like I can use the AI, I can make like my own person from scratch.
Yeah, dude, that's super dope, man. So when you were younger, at what point did you get into the painting side of things, where you started, picking up a brush and going that route?
Yeah, so I didn't start painting until I was probably almost 30. I was probably like 25 when I started painting. Okay. So before then, I just drew with ink and pencil, just did like little illustrations and stuff. But I got into painting, and like it still wasn't something I wanted to do. I just wanted to try it. Yeah, and it sucked.
I mean, hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Why did it suck? What sucked about it?
I just wasn't good at it. Yeah. So like I look back at some of my old stuff, like, oh man, but I mean, it was good for where I was then.
Yeah, it's crazy to even imagine you sucking at art.
Right, looking at it now,
like looking at a lot of the stuff you're making, dude, it's just so impressive. A lot of the murals that you've done, and I do have some questions like on the mural side though. Okay. So when let's say you're looking at this blank canvas, this huge wall, how do you paint it so that it's all to scale? Like when you're looking far away from it, because obviously like when you're up close on the wall, like it's so hard to visualize.
The eyeballs this big.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like you're trying to paint the eyeball, but you want it to look good from a distance. Yeah. But you obviously can't paint from a distance. Yeah. How do you kind of bridge that gap and make it look good, but you're up close painting it?
Yeah. So we have different methods as muralists. So we normally use like some type of grid to like scale it up to like from our reference. So we use like a traditional grid, something called a doodle grid, which is basically doodles, like a bunch of scrabble on the wall, or you can just use a projector. So sometimes we just project it up, do like a quick trace, and then start painting from there, almost like a coloring sheet.
Wow.
I see. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you see some of these, and you're like, it's a huge wall, and the person looks so realistic, and I'm like,
when you're like this? Like, is he like on the wall?
Yeah. We have to step back every so often to make sure it looks good from a distance, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Would you say, you're a bigger fan of like doing the murals or the like smaller pieces?
I like the smaller pieces. I would say murals, I think, are easier.
Really?
Even though they're large, I think they're a lot easier. Because it's more so, it's kind of like an illusion. So like you said, it has to look like something from far away. So nobody looks at a mural like it's close. So Like you can have like little overspray and like little drips, like nobody can see that from a distance or riding by in the car. So.
Oh, that's true.
So it's kind of
like
easier to get the details there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And like one, little flaw or whatever you want to call it isn't going to ruin the piece.
Nobody would know.
That's crazy, bro. Do you have a specific mural that you've painted where it's like a personal favorite of yours or one that stands out?
Probably my most recent one. I did one of my son, so that was pretty scary. I didn't want to mess him up, but that's probably one of my favorites.
And where's that mural at?
That one is over in Springfield, near my studio, Phoenix Arts and Innovation District.
Nice.
Yeah.
At what point in your journey did you kind of realize that, okay, I can make a career out of this? Because I think a lot of people, especially being an artist of any kind, there's so much doubt when you first start. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you have this big dream, but I know me and Joey, even when we first started this podcast, we're like, is this even, like, can you make this a fucking full-time gig,
I think I've always thought that I could make it something. I just had to do it. I don't think there was ever any doubt. Maybe a little fear, like, I don't know. Like I left my last full-time job in 2016. I was working over there at Citibank.
Oh, really?
And like my desk would be filled with like all my drawing things, pencils, markers, 2 sketchbooks, and so I'm drawing in between, like talking to customers on the phone. I think I don't know. I've always believed in myself. So I've always had like this like super drive and like this burning passion to do this thing. So like when I finally like took the leap, like
I love it.
It was just like seamless. Like I'm doing this. This is what it is. This is the new Citibank now. So it was just like a smooth transition, kind of.
That's awesome, bro. I feel like you have to be a little bit delusional too. Like I know for us,
I say it all the time. Like you have to be crazy to be an artist. Like borderline insane.
Yeah, I love it, bro. Was there any struggles along the way, like when you first started doing it full time, where it was like trying to maybe not just like financially, but like things like that come up? Because now this is like this is plan A. I mean, I'm sure it always has been, but you don't have that plan B fallback.
Yeah, there were a lot of struggles. I had to go back into the workforce a few times. So I worked at UPS part time. I worked at Michael's part time. But just like navigating the whole thing, because I didn't go to school for it, so I'm mostly self-taught. So just like jumping out there and trying to figure out how to get opportunities. How to get exhibitions, how to get money, like grants and things like that. I had to kind of like learn on my own just from being out there. Yeah,
dude, it's so impressive, man. I salute you, bro, because I think nowadays so many people think they can be an artist, and art is one of those things where it's like the eyes of the beholder is what, or the consumer, I suppose, is like really like what judges your art. But everyone sees it differently. But sometimes, like for me, I'll see certain people where they like try to do the art route, and I'm like, okay, I mean, it's cool, but I don't think I put on my wall.
But everybody else does.
But then you drop a piece, every single one, I'm like, dude, this is fucking fire, bro. Do you have any specific pieces where you've painted or any kind of art where they just stood out to you and you're like, this is one I just can't let go?
I don't like any of my art.
Oh, really?
Come on.
I mean, I like it at first, for like the first few minutes after it's done, then I see all the flaws. So I'm like, oh, I should have changed that, or this could have been a different color, or I made that eye too big. So I always see, I always see all my mistakes, even though everybody else loves it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You're always your own worst critic.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, it's like, that's like almost the best way to be. I mean, I know for me and Joey, like even when I'm editing episodes, I'll text him at midnight, and be like, hey, bro, we should have phrased this differently. Or whatever. Yeah. It's like, you can always be better,
It keeps you sharp. It keeps you challenging yourself to be the best you can be.
For sure. And then you did the, one of the pieces you did was the spray paint cans.
Yeah.
And dude, I thought that shit was so dope, man. First off, it's like something you've never really seen done before. Yeah. But what was the inspiration behind that?
So one of my friends, he actually told me about that. He was trying to put together a show. He was like, you ever painted on your spray cans? I'm like, I usually throw them away.
Yeah.
And he told me about this guy named 1000. I don't know if y'all are familiar with 1000. He's like super big artist on YouTube. So 1000, there's another guy named Kipto. But they spray paint, like they'll do like 100 cans in one sitting. And so I watched a few of their videos and got inspired. I was like, let me try something like this. And the rest is history.
Was it difficult at first, like trying to paint on a like not flat surface? Like, to try and make it look like it's, you can turn it either way and it still doesn't look kind of like, deformed or anything.
Yeah, it was a little challenging. I mostly do illustrations on mine. So I'm using like an ink pen. I'm doing like little drawings. So it's not too hard. I'm not like really painting on them like I do on the canvas.
It's interesting, bro. I mean, and then you did some where the like cam was kind of crushed up too.
Oh yeah,
I think that shit's pretty dope.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Those are like the ones where you see them and they're at like an art gallery or something. And it's like one of those things where like the normal person looking at it is gonna be like, okay, this looks like a piece of trash that's painted on. You know what I mean? But then like you putting it in a museum and it looks incredible.
It's the lighting.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's the lighting.
No, dude, you crush it, man. What's kind of like the main inspiration for a lot of your artwork? Do you kind of look like to the culture and kind of try to see certain things that are going on there, or I see some of your murals even look like the same person, or not murals, but like just paintings in general. Yeah, it looks like you're trying to paint like the same person, but you'll add like different flares on each one.
So mostly I'm inspired by like the culture. I do a lot of stuff centering around Black culture. A lot to do with hair. So I grew up like in the Rastafarian lifestyle, Rastafarian culture. And so I've always had long dreads. So this is actually my second set. My first set, before I cut them, was almost down to the floor.
Wow.
And so like all my siblings had them. I was always like the only kid in school with dreads. And so that's something that I like to talk about a lot in my art. My art. Like nowadays, you can't go to a school and not see kids with dreads. All my kids have them. My wife has them now.
And I mean, you can see it in your art too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, your art definitely, almost every person you're painting has dreads in it. But
it's just something I like to highlight.
It is cool. Like, I mean, I think if I could pull it off, I'd probably rock them too, to be honest. But it's funny how, like they each kind of have their own little flair. Like you had one guy where he had like, I think it was a tree coming out of the top of his dreads or whatever. Yeah. And that was really dope too. And do you feel like a lot of your art, you kind of have like hidden, maybe not story, but like a hidden meaning inside each piece?
Sometimes.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, I'm painting my own picture out of just the image that you're, portraying on social and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I like to, I don't know, I like to describe it as like writing in a journal or diary. So I'm basically like telling my story, like my life story, but just in images, like on canvas.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of art shows?
Oh, yeah.
Like where you're at galleries and stuff like that? Yeah. And which one was like a specific favorite for you?
A favorite? Let's see. So probably my first time, so this is crazy. So my first time being in New York, like that's every artist's goal is to have a show in New York. So I had a show. There was a new gallery there, and it was like a big art show, room full of people, a lot of important people, important artists that were there. And so that was probably one of my favorites, but it turned out to be one of my least favorite because the owner of that gallery was kind of crooked. Ran off with a lot of people's art, a lot of people's money, including my art. So,
no way. Yeah. What can you speak on that? Like, I'm so curious.
Yeah,
like,
how that even happened?
Like he stole it essentially?
Yeah. So he was selling pieces for like a lot of money. The collectors weren't getting their money. The collectors weren't getting their art. The artists weren't getting their money. It ended up being that a lot of the art was in storage somewhere. He lost the storage to auction, came back and paid for the storage. So he still owns the storage, but like he just has like tons of people's art.
That's
up in New York
crazy.
Somewhere.
So no one's found him yet, or no one's tried to like
Yeah, so there's been lawsuits but.
Oh my god!
The art is still like just out there in the world somewhere.
That is crazy, bro. And what do you think would happen? Like if they were able to retrieve that art, would it go to the person that bought it or the person the original artist?
I have no clue. I would hope it would go back to the artist.
Yeah, that's what I would hope too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as an artist, is that an important factor? Like who gets your art, or for you, like if you're selling it for a certain price, are you're just happy that someone's like not happy, but like you just as long as someone pays that price, like they can go and throw in the garbage for all you care, or is it just you would even like go as far as to maybe sell it for a little bit of a lesser price if you knew that it was going to the right home?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, like I'm telling my story in my art, so I'm hoping that it connects with someone or resonates with someone out there. So it's very meaningful. It's more than just like decoration.
Yeah.
So like some people make art specifically for that purpose, for you to hang over the couch. That's not my art.
Yeah, I like that, bro. Yeah, that's definitely not your art at all.
It's not.
Yeah,
no couch hangers.
No, your art is very. I mean, you could transform like the whole identity of a room with one of your pieces, bro. I like that. I like the vibe that you have in a lot of your stuff.
Appreciate it.
Is there any part of like painting and things like that where you just can't get it done? Like, are you know? Because I look at all your art and I'm like, dude, this guy can paint anything. I feel like you could, just pitch a couple words to you and you could throw a whole piece together. But is there anything you can't like paint where you're like, it just doesn't look as good as the rest of the stuff, like landscapes or airplanes or something like that?
Those two things. So I don't do.
I'm good. How'd you get that? I'm good, bro.
Yeah, no landscapes. I don't do a lot of animals. I've done animals, so I don't do a lot of animals. Buildings, automobiles. So like my thing is portraits and people.
I like that, bro. And I like how you have like the cool background too. Like you'll throw a bunch of weird colors in the background and it'll kind of just I like that.
What's your least favorite part about doing art? Is it the cleanup or like cleaning brushes?
My least favorite part. I don't know if I have a least favorite part. I would come back to that.
I would hate cleaning the brushes.
I would.
Brushes. Yeah, brushes sit in paint water for many weeks, months sometimes.
What does your studio look like, man? Does it have a lot of unfinished pieces in there? Where you'll kind of start painting something, then you like get a new idea, and you're like, "Let me go head over to this canvas."
So when I start something, I gotta finish it.
I like that.
A lot of artists can work on multiple pieces. I can't do that, so I have to work on one and see it all the way through. But my studio, it actually looks more like a gallery or a museum. So I do more work at home.
Oh, cool!
So I have like a little fake studio in the garage where I actually do all the work. That's where the magic happens. And then like my actual studio over in Springfield, it's just where I display the work.
That's cool.
Is a garage studio got like paint everywhere and is it messy? Yeah, that's cool.
It's got to be, bro.
Yeah.
Do you ever have times where you like? I know for me, I'd get so frustrated if I'm trying to paint a piece and then like I go to make one stroke and like let's just say it's like you're using like black or purple or something where it's like so hard to cover up. You know what I mean? And then you like make a stroke and then you realize that you step back and realize it was wrong. I get so frustrated. Do you ever get any of those frustrations or?
Paint is pretty easy to cover up. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. I was taught there's no mistakes in art. So
that is a good point. That is very true. Have you ever made a piece for like a famous celebrity or someone like, or just like an idol of yours where you just wanted them to have a piece of your art?
So there's a collector. He has like amazing collection, like old masters works, sketchbooks from like old masters, like all kind of stuff. I haven't made a piece for him yet. He's been asking for years, but I'm kind of nervous just because I know his collection, so I want to live up to the other pieces in his collection. So probably him.
I mean, if he's reaching out to you, I say just make it.
Oh yeah,
because like he likes what you do.
Yeah.
But it's that imposter syndrome. So I'm thinking too hard into it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It has to be perfect. It has to match up to these other like great people in the collection.
Well, I mean, you were saying at the beginning of the episode, you're your own biggest critic.
Oh yeah.
So I think that kind of comes into play with it too. You like. To him, he'd probably take any of your pieces and be like, "Oh, I'll throw all these things up on," But yeah, when you look at it from your own eye, it's got a little bit of a different look to it. Have you tried to make one of Cream yet, or any of your snakes?
Not yet. No animals.
No. So you wouldn't even attempt one for Cream?
Well, I've done animals. Maybe snakes are pretty easy.
Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty.
Line.
But then, if you were to make it like an up close one, where you got to kind of get some of those scales and like the. Is that what it's called? It's scales, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I know it's fish, but I just want to make sure that we're on this. Don't want to offend her or nothing. She's in the room right now. No, I just salute you, bro, because a lot of your pieces are so dope to look at.
Thank you.
Have you ever, or let me rephrase this. As an artist, what is the best way to like turn it into a career? Is it just by selling your art, or is it by like doing like? Is there a way? Do you get paid from? Like, being at shows and like, displaying your art at different shows like that? How does that work?
As an artist, so I always tell younger artists, art is more, or having a career in art is more than just like painting a canvas and hanging it on the wall. So like a lot of artists, like they have this idea, like I'm going to be in galleries and museums and I'm going to be this famous artist, like what we see on TV. Well, there's so many avenues. I have a friend, he told me a story about his sister. She actually went to school for sculpture, and she ended up making prosthetics. Like, so there's like so many avenues and so many things you can do with art, just besides like hanging art on the wall in a gallery.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever do the digital art thing where you're trying to do like some people use Procreate and they'll have all their brushes pretty much, but they'll just be painting on there?
Yeah, I use Procreate.
Okay,
Procreate, yeah.
I feel like it's a really cool tool because you don't have to go through so much supplies.
Yeah.
But you can also really get into the details. And I mean, God forbid you make a mistake, you just undo or erase.
Right,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially for murals. So like with murals, I'll normally like take a picture of the building, put that in Procreate, and you can basically draw right on the wall.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that.
Yep.
So when you're doing the murals, do they all kind of have that same style that you have when you're painting just a normal flat canvas?
Depends on what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for. So most murals are commissioned, so like they'll tell you like exactly what they want.
Okay, cool. Have you ever said no to a commission?
Yeah.
What is one of the craziest asks for one of these commission pieces?
For a mural?
Yeah, for a mural.
Oh man, so like I don't do logos. And with logos, like a lot of people, I don't think they know what they want. I don't think they know what a good logo entails. Like they normally go overboard and try to add everything into a logo. So I've had clients who do the same with murals. Like once they see what you can do, they're like, I wonder if he can do this too. So they'll just start adding all kind of outrageous stuff on top of that. So like sometimes you have to be like I'm the professional. I know what's best. Well, yeah, I think most of the time it's just people adding extra stuff to the murals.
Yeah, that's got to get tricky, especially if you already have an idea in your head of like what I want to do. And plus, you're going to know better than anybody what's going to look best. Yeah. You know what I mean? So how many years have you been doing this, just to get a gauge?
So professionally, I've been doing it since Citibank, so since 2016.
Okay, cool. So we're looking at, we're almost at, we're at 8 years or something right now. So almost a decade, which is fucking commendable, bro. That's fucking dope. Has there ever been like since, you've kind of, I know you've kind of gone back to like a couple other jobs and things like that here and there. But if the right opportunity came around, would you ever pick up a job again? Or do you just, now you're like so locked into this lifestyle, you're like, I wouldn't change a thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
The right kind of job. But having been in both worlds, like the regular workforce and then entrepreneurship and art, I think it would be hard to go back just because I've seen what I can do. And I kind of feel like that side kind of stifles your creativity a little bit. So.
For sure. And you definitely don't have as much free time to like practice your craft, right?
Yeah, like I have a lot of friends and like I know a lot of people who do work and do art. And like I look at the trajectory of their careers versus mine, I've been able to do like a whole lot. It is a lot harder.
For sure.
When you have a job, you have that steady income coming and benefits and all that stuff. So this is like the hardest thing I've ever done, but also like the most rewarding at the same time.
What's the ultimate goal with being an artist?
The ultimate goal? I don't know if I have an ultimate goal. Like I just want to keep going and try to do everything that I could do like before I leave this place. So I don't know if I have like an end point in sight. Right. Like once I do this, then I've done it all. Like I don't ever want to get to that.
Do you have any like major points that you want to hit? Like what? Like do you have any goals to?
Oh yeah. So each every so often I'll do like a 5-year plan. Like within 5 years I want to do this or do that, and I've pretty much checked off everything on the list, and like even more. Like I've done things that I couldn't even imagine. Like because I didn't know what it even looked like to like even imagine it.
Yeah.
I think for Jacksonville, one of my top goals has always been to like have a show in one of the museums here, like a solo show.
For sure. Yeah. Is there any specific museum that you'd be like, if I could choose?
Yeah, I gotta do the Cummer Museum.
Yeah.
I gotta do the Cummer.
That would be dope.
That's like my ultimate Jacksonville goal.
I'm surprised you haven't had one in the Cummer yet, honestly.
A lot of artists, a lot of great artists here haven't been through there. But yeah, that's like my ultimate goal.
Your time is coming, brother.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's got to. Yeah. Have you ever thought about like getting into teaching art?
I do teach art.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Not like in the normal school setting. So I work at the Performers Academy. We're like an after-school program in the summer camp.
Okay, awesome.
So like during the summers, we work with youth in the foster care system.
Nice. That's awesome, bro.
Very cool.
What is the biggest tip that you would give to one of these students that you're teaching art? Maybe they haven't ever done art before.
Mm-hmm. And the biggest tip?
Yeah.
Probably just believe in yourself. Yeah, like a lot of people, like you hear people, I can't draw a line, or like my wife said earlier, like I can only draw a smiley face, but like you'd be surprised what you can do when you just believe in yourself and try.
For sure. Yeah, and repetition always makes perfection.
You never know till you try, so that's what I always tell them.
if me and Joey, I don't even know the last time we felt a paintbrush.
I actually painted yesterday.
Oh, that's right. You did paint yesterday.
I did paint.
How did that go?
Okay, listen. So everybody was done painting, and I'm looking. There's like 30 people in there, and I'm looking at everybody that looks so beautiful. And I look at mine. I'm like, damn, it's like I'm in 5th grade, brother. Because like the theme was for my woman's happiness event, and she wanted everybody to paint like past, present, future. Yeah. Like put that in any way that you think onto a canvas. So what I did like one little, like my past was like a red and orange, like it was dark, past sucks, and it was small, so you don't want to think about it. And then there's like a black line because you don't want to think about it. So that's all.
That's the wall.
That's the wall, right? And then so like she said thirds, but my present was the biggest because that's what you're focused on. Like it's the biggest, and it was like blues, and then it started fading into green. And then it was a solid green because money's up there.
Oh my God, this is. So...
But then I in my head it was like, damn, this is good. And then I start looking at everybody else's. I'm like, damn, this isn't good. Just let me talk about it. Don't look at it. Let me talk about it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was rough.
So, what would be 3 tips that you would give for me and Joey to like improve our like? Let's say we've never even picked up a paintbrush before. Yeah. Is there anything you would tell us, like just going into it, like, hey, kind of pay attention to these factors?
No, I think I would just say start. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just start. Like a lot of people in any field, like it doesn't have to be art. Like a lot of people miss out on opportunities and like great experiences in life because they're afraid to start. Like they're afraid of what other people might think. Like he was saying, like people might think it looks bad, like compared to their art, or they're afraid, like what if it fails? What if it goes wrong? So a lot of people don't even start. Like even in the art world, there are a lot of artists that get intimidated by rejection. So like once they apply for a show or grant or something and don't get it, like they never apply again. So yeah,
it's staying consistent.
Yeah,
I think that's
start and like believe in yourself. Like
for
do
sure,
anything.
Do you ever get like writer's block, but being an artist?
Oh yeah.
So like I don't know what that'd be called, like artist block,
maybe artist block or creator's block. So that's interesting. I saw a meme one time. Actually, it wasn't a meme. I was watching an artist do an art talk at a college, and he said that artist block is a myth, like it's not real. He was like, what you feel when you think you have artist block, it's just that you've grown bored with what it is you're doing and you need to try something new. So I don't like to say I have artist block. I like to say that like this era in my art has passed, so like it's time for me to pivot now, try something different. So if you notice in my art, like a lot of people know that I use a lot of different mediums. So I'll go from acrylic to oil to pencil to ink, crushing spray pans, painting on spray cans. So I move around a lot, and I think that kind of keeps it to where I don't have artist block.
Yeah,
I'm always trying something new.
Just switch it up.
I like that.
Switch it up.
Yeah. Back to my question.
Sorry.
Do you ever find yourself comparing your art to other people's?
I used to early on, but now I don't. That's like one of the big no-nos. Like a lot of people get trapped there, and that's where a lot of fear comes from. Because you're looking at like some master artists out there, or some artists who's put in like years and years and years, and you're like, oh man, look at what he's doing. And like mine's look elementary, but like you don't know that person's journey. You don't know how long they've been doing it, and what their art looked like in the beginning. It might have looked like that too. So like, you just want to focus, like create with blinders on. So like just focus on your art and where you are on your journey.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was like I was in a whole room of Pablo Picasso's yesterday.
Like, you were making him look like Pablo Picasso.
Damn, man. That was good contrast for them. I was like, you guys are good.
Do you have any specific inspirations, like, or guys that you kind of look up to and try to emulate your art to kind of look like theirs?
Nope.
I
don't like to copy anybody. I have a lot of favorite artists, but like I tell people all the time that like my favorite artists are not my favorite artists because of their work. It's more so because of them, like as people and like the meaning in their art and why they create the art that they create.
And who are some of those people?
Oh man, so one artist off the top of my mind, I like this artist named Dred Scott, and I like his art. He's more of a what you call a conceptual artist. So he's more into like the thinking and like what the piece like makes you think. So his art, he has a lot of controversial art. A lot of his art has been banned. I think one piece he did got banned by President Bush at one point.
No way.
So I like art like that. I like art that makes people think and that is controversial. So the piece that got banned, I can't remember the name of it. I think there was like he had a book on a pedestal, and you had to like come to the pedestal and write something, maybe like what you feel about America, something like that. I don't know. But like how you have this mat right here, he had the American flag down there. So in order to get to the pedestal to the right,
you had to step on it.
Yeah, to step on it.
That's wild. Oh my
it was like crazy. Like
that's cool.
I like
though.
art like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it challenges you.
I'm sure that does. Like, I can totally see how that would probably piss some people off. But I think at the end of the day, bro, it's like the guys that are willing to take that risk and like make some cool art or whatever. Yeah. Everything's in the eyes of the beholder.
I think it's cool that you can get banned for for something you paint. Right, like you're just trying to write a story like through art.
I'll tell you what, we know one person that was salty, and that's Bush. No, I think it's cool though when artists will like go like push the envelope a little bit and go that extra mile. You know what I mean? It shows how committed they are to their craft, right? Has there ever been any cases where you've kind of pushed the envelope a little bit or tried to do something that's a little bit controversial?
So I had a piece. I do a lot of stuff. So like 2020, we had a lot of cases in the news about like police brutality. So we had like Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. So I've done pieces speaking to that.
Right.
Nothing that got like a huge pushback. So actually, speaking about my wife, so she has a initiative called Black Mural Map. And it's basically uplifting and promoting art done by black muralists that doesn't always get like the attention it deserves. So she had a project back in 2020 where me and a few other artists painted the windows of this business. Somebody had vandalized it, and they put no justice, no peace. And so they agreed with the sentiment, but they were like, we would prefer it better if it was art. And so me and a few friends, we went and did art up there, and it got vandalized like 3 times. Like 3 times in a row. Like, it was on the news and everything.
Oh, crazy. My God. And what was the purpose of them vandalizing it? Like, they didn't agree with the message pretty much? Or was they just trying to get in the...
I don't think they agreed with the message. And it really wasn't a message. It was just we do portraits. So, like, people with brown skin.
Yeah.
So they went and took some paint stripper to it and, like, just ate away the paint. It was crazy. So we went back out and fixed it. They came back, fixed it again. They came back, and so they finally put cameras out there and...
Nothing happened yet. Yeah. That's nuts, bro.
Crazy world we're living in.
Yeah, I hate hearing shit about that too. But it's really cool that your wife has that initiative because, I mean, in Jacksonville, the amount of murals that there are, I mean, just you can't go down any street and without seeing just like an insane mural.
The murals you see like going over the bridges in Jacksonville, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool, sweet. Bro. Even some of the like graffiti art too. I don't know if you ever tried to get into that lane. Like the graffiti is wild, bro. Even at like some certain skate parks and shit, you'll see the graffiti. I'm like, how does someone even do that?
You ever seen the trains? Like at a train, like going across, all the train cars are filled. I love looking at it.
Have you ever gotten into like the graffiti lane or tried to do anything like that?
I wanted to. I've never done it, but I have a lot of dope friends here. So if you guys are ever out in Springfield, tons of graffiti out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, graffiti and like murals, but yeah, tons of graffiti out there, like amazing stuff.
Have you ever tried to do anything like using a spray paint can? Like I know you said obviously you'd like paint on the side of them, but do you ever try to use spray paint in any of your art in any way?
All the time.
Okay, really?
This jacket is spray paint.
Oh, that's dope. I thought that was just some designer jacket or some shit.
You made that?
This is all spray paint.
That's sick, bro. Do you have a certain like? I know some artists will like throw on a what is it called, like an apron or something or whatever when they're painting to try to like or do you have like a specific outfit that you'll wear whenever you're painting in case you get paint on it?
All my clothes, I'm a paint clothes. Cool. Pajamas have paint on them. Underclothes have paint on everything. It's paint.
I love it, bro. Is there ever times where you just don't feel like painting?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. It's the same as any job. So there were times where I didn't feel like going to Citibank. So.
I bet there are more times than none with that job. I mean, no, not say it's a bad job, but just like when you kind of have your mind focused on like your passion and the things you enjoy doing. Like I know for me, even there's times I'm having a great day at work, I still don't want to be there. But no, it's like keeping your mental health right. Like you're going to be the best painter whenever you do kind of give yourself that break in that space and like do other things you enjoy.
Oh yeah.
What are some of those other things that you kind of fill your time with when you aren't painting?
So music. I love music. I love nature, so obviously.
Yeah.
So like being out in nature, we do a lot of like nature hikes on trails and stuff. Love the beach, love the ocean. So
that's dope, bro.
I wanted to talk more about the Rastafarian lifestyle.
Okay.
How was that growing up?
It was good.
Like how, what do you mean you grew up Rastafari? Like your whole family, or like what?
Not my whole family. So mostly like my intermediate family. So my dad started when I was very young. I started growing my hair after him, and then so like all my siblings, they were basically born into it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking to two very extremely white boys. Can you explain it in a sense that, like, all I know pretty much is that, like, you guys, is it like a religion? No, listen, because no.
I totally agree. I totally agree with this. I'm not laughing at him. I'm just like, it's so funny the way you're wording this. I totally agree. I want to know, like, besides the hair, like, what about the Rastafarian lifestyle? What does that entail?
So, I think it depends on who you ask. For some people, it is a religion, because a lot of it you can trace back to, like, the Bible, like a lot. So many people believe. So Haile Selassie, he's the emperor of Ethiopia, and so he's the one. Like, so when you hear the term Jah, Rastafari, that's Haile Selassie. A lot of people believe him to be the reincarnate of Jesus. And so, in that sense, and to people who believe that as a religion, so for me and my family, is more so a way of life, like just how you live, how you carry yourself, the things we eat, things we don't eat. So the religion as a whole, it kind of stemmed from like a liberation thing. So like it was one of the first Black Power movements. And so just like a rebellion from society and society's idea of, like, this is what professionalism is. This is how you have to be. So, like, a lot of people grow their hair and, like, grow it naturally. Like, just let it grow like the way it grows out of your head, like, without getting it groomed. And then going back to the Bible, you know, you read about that with the vow of the Nazareth. So not shaving your face, not shaving your hair. So it's kind of a little bit of both. For me, I don't really see it as a religion. I'm not really, like, a religious person. Yeah. So for me, it's more of just like a way of life.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what differences would you say there are between your Rastafarian and me and Nick? Like what's different?
Yeah, what's different?
Yeah. Rather than the hair and the, like, I get it. But, like, is there, like, certain things throughout your day, like, or, like, ways of thinking, or, like,
do all Rastafarians smoke weed?
That's a good question.
Do all Rastafarians smoke weed?
I don't smoke that much.
Not really? That much. See, he smokes weed.
Like, rarely. I don't know if there's a huge difference. I mean, I don't think there's much difference between anybody, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't eat certain things. I don't eat pork, beef, stuff like that.
See, that's what I was trying to figure out, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't drink. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol.
Is that a choice or is that a Rasta thing? The drinking
might be a little bit of both. For me, it's just choice. Like, I've never liked it. I don't enjoy the taste.
I'm the same. I'm the same way too. Like, you know, a lot of our homies, man, they'll just like start crushing beers. I'm like, dude, I can't go that. Like,
I don't think they drink it for the taste though.
No, true, 100%. But for me, I would drink it for the taste. Like,
you're like sipping it.
It's got to be like, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, someone says margarita or something, I'm all in.
Come on,
you know what I mean? But if it's like boys' night, we're all drinking Natty Lights or something. Fucking forget about
fine.
it, bro.
I'll drink water.
I'm good. I'll drink a damn Capri Sun before I drink a Natty Light. Yeah, I know there's a ton of OGs that are going to be coming after us, so I have to say that in the comments. But Dude, Capri Sun, it hits that sponsorship, Capri Sun.
Twisted Tea.
Oh, no, I will smash
like
Twisted Tea. I will smash Twisted Tea. Well, what are some of your vices if you're not drinking or you're really not smoking that much? What are some of the, like, vices that you have? Like, you know, is it sweets or, you know, video games, like things like that?
I like candy. I don't know. I don't have a lot of vices.
Yeah. That's good. It's good. No, I feel like I have too
many.
Not
that I can think of. Other people might be able to think of some. I don't know. Not that I can think of.
What's your favorite candy? We're in Halloween season right now.
I love sour candy. Anything sour. Sour Patch.
Really?
Lemon Hedge. That's probably my favorite. Lemon Hedge.
Really?
That's crazy.
Anything sour.
What about the Warheads? Can you handle the Warheads? The
Warheads, the little sour punch straws.
You like spicy things too?
I love spicy food. Indian food. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
What's your favorite? Do you have like a specific food item where it's like you'll never say no to it?
Pasta.
Any
kind of pasta.
I love that, bro.
Kind of pasta.
Is it because it rhymes with Rasta?
Rasta pasta. That's actually, you're onto something with that, brother. Rasta pasta.
Write it down.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It exists.
Yeah, there are a bunch of restaurants that have Rasta pasta on the menu.
Is it like weed infused pasta? Like it got like weed THC butter?
I think it's just the color. So like they have the what is it, like the bell peppers in there, the red, yellow.
Okay.
Oh, true. Okay, I mean, yeah, that sounds good. Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. Honestly, I'm pissed someone already has that idea, but whatever. I think it's cool. But no, back to the art thing, man. Do you ever have like have you ever had someone reach out to you where maybe they wanted to buy one of your pieces or something like that, but you just felt like it was the wrong buyer? Like they couldn't even really maybe offer you an amount to get your art?
Sometimes.
How do you go about that? Like, how do you
tell somebody no?
Well, no, not even like, yes, that, but like, how do you judge whether or not this, like, they're the right person to have your art?
So, like I said, a lot of my art is very personal. Sometimes it's about social issues going on. So sometimes it can be a little weird. It's like, why do you want like this piece about police brutality?
True.
Or like something like that. So, and then like as an artist, like you want your piece to be in certain collections or in certain spaces that makes sense for us. So like if I'm doing like if I do art on race cars, like, and I don't know, you're into horses, like, why you want this? I don't know.
No, for sure.
If that makes sense, but
it's probably like a little bit intuition too. Like you go with your gut on it,
And then in the art world, so we have a big story out right now that was in the New York Times about artists' work getting flipped. So a lot of people buy art, like they don't care about the art, they just buy it for investment. So they're just trying to flip it later, especially if they think you're going to be like some huge success. So they're just trying to buy it, hold it a few years, and flip it for a big profit. So like there are artists who, young artists, they were selling works for like $300,000 at auction, and then today like they can't sell it for $10,000, like the same piece. So
wow,
like, it ruins a lot of careers, like just the flipping of art and like buying purely for like investment versus like I like
enjoyment.
This piece. I want to look at it every day, or I think it's important for the culture, so I want to like hold on to that. But
do you ever do any pieces for like local businesses? Do they ever reach out to you? Not even like murals, but like canvas pieces.
Not a lot of canvas pieces. A lot of murals.
Yeah,
a lot of murals. Yeah,
because I feel like I see a lot of artwork on like any like mom and pop like small shops. There's always some art on their walls
for sure. Yeah. Even like a lot of them will just do like the full on mural on a wall.
Yeah,
those
right.
Are so sick too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a bunch of murals, not necessarily canvas pieces.
Is it disrespectful to the artist whenever a buyer comes through and does that? Like, where like what you said before, where they're just trying to flip the art, but I guess the reason I ask is like, obviously it's disrespectful in the sense of like, they don't actually want your piece. They're just looking at it as like a money, way to make some money, like quick flip. But at the same time, like they are looking at your art and seeing some sort of value in it if they think they can sell it for a high margin. So is it still like, regardless if they're trying to flip it, it's still disrespectful to that original artist?
Yeah, so here in America, so we call that I think it's called a secondary market when you sell art at auction. So here in America, artists don't like see any return from that. So like you can buy a piece from me for like $5,000, take it to the auction, sell it for $100,000. You get $100,000. I don't get anything.
Yeah. True. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if like an artist would ever want to like team up with somebody like that, where they like gave them a bunch of pieces and then they got like a 20% commission.
Yeah. What if you like sign a contract with the art, like that follows the art? If it gets resold, you get 20, 30, 40%.
I think that happens in some cases, but like, you have to have like some kind of
process. Yeah.
But for the most part, like artists don't see anything from that.
During the big NFT craze, did you ever have like the desire to get into that lane a little bit?
I did one NFT.
Really?
I wanted to. I wish I did, but like we see it's fizzled out now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what was the NFT about? You just like took a couple pieces of your art and turned it into an NFT?
I just made something like just to test it out. I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it sold. It was like something small, like $20 or something, but. Yeah, I didn't become a millionaire.
Hey, it turns out there was very few people that actually are still millionaires from that craze that happened. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys, even if some of these holders of like the Bored Apes and stuff like that, I mean, they're struggling just as hard as anybody. You know what I mean?
It was a crazy time.
It was a crazy time, bro. Any time during the pandemic, it's like, I can't wait to tell my kids about that one.
Yeah.
I have a kid that was born in the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
How many kids do you have total?
3.
Do they inspire a lot of your art?
Oh yeah, I've painted my kids. All of my kids are artists. They all do art. Like my oldest daughter, like she's 10 times better than me when I was her age.
No way.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, hey,
might be better than me.
What is she doing? Paint?
It's in her blood.
Not paint yet. She draws, so she's into realism. So I was always into like cartoons and stuff.
Cool.
But like she can draw you and make it look just like you.
I think realism's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of tattoos?
That's a good question.
Maybe like 14. So that was one of the journeys that I took along the art. So I had a tattoo apprenticeship early on. So I actually did a few of my tattoos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be
tattoo
tricky.
yourself before you mess up anybody else.
No, true. That is very true. I just feel like it's a lot of artists go down like the tattoo route because it's like that. You know what I mean? It's like you can get a piece or just maybe a design that you really respect. You know what I mean? Just kind of put on your body. Are a lot of your tattoos kind of have that same like look as the murals you're painting, or just the art you're painting in general?
Actually, most of my tattoos are words.
Oh, really?
I don't have a lot of pictures.
That's interesting.
Yeah, mostly words.
Do you have any desire to get anything else, like or any pictures, or are you just going to keep sticking to it?
I got a bunch of ideas. I want to cover it. Not all, but I want to get a lot more.
What are the ones that you did on your own? Do they kind of look, like?
Have you gotten any of the ones that you did covered up?
Not yet. Yeah, it's part of the story. I don't think I'll cover them up.
I like that.
It's a cool story to tell later on in life.
No, 100%, bro. I could never tattoo myself.
I want to tattoo myself.
Dude, I could never tattoo myself. Like,
can I tattoo?
Especially, it'd have to be on my left side because my left hand,
true.
My whole left arm is just completely tatted.
So I can cover them all up. So I have 2 here. So like some shorts or something, you can't see them. I have 1 here. Put some long socks on.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, bro. Or do you have any specific pieces that are your favorite? Any tattoos?
Tattoos?
Yeah.
I have one right here. It needs to be repaired, but I'll never get it repaired because it hurt too bad. But it's probably one of my favorites. It's Hakuna Matata from Lion King.
Nice.
Oh, I like that. Dude, that's Rastafarian vibe right there for sure. I feel like that just like anything to do with a lion, I don't know why. It
just nostalgia.
Yeah.
Lion King's a classic movie.
Who's your favorite Rastafarian? Like, is there anyone in particular? Like, I don't even know.
You gotta say it.
Would you?
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say Bob.
Why?
I like Bob.
I was about to say, is Bob a fake Rastafarian?
No. I think Bob is everybody's favorite. He's probably the one who introduced it to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from Jamaica. So yeah.
This is gonna sound so stupid. Okay, so do y'all don't bust out laughing as soon as I say this? But is Snoop Dogg Rastafarian?
Oh gosh, are you serious?
Is he? Like, well, he smokes a lot of weed. He's got the dreads.
No.
He wasn't he Snoop Lion for a little bit too?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've seen some like. Is he? No, I don't think.
Please say this man is fucking Rastafarian right now. I know your white ass doesn't fucking know whether or not Snoop Dogg is Rastafarian.
I would never ask the question.
I think he's respected.
Right.
Yeah.
Like by Rasta.
It's Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Yeah, he's respected. I mean, he could be. I don't think he stuck with it. I think it was just
he might have
for
went
that
through a
documentary
phase.
he did.
True.
Yeah, it was a phase.
Yeah. You mentioned music earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
What kind of music are you mostly listening to? Is it reggae?
I listen to a lot of reggae, but I listen to pretty much everything. So before I was doing art full time, I was pursuing a career in music production.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I grew up playing instruments and being around music. My dad was in a reggae band, so I've always grown up around music.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I'm the same way. Like, I listen to all kinds of music, especially now that we went to Nashville. Now I got country under my belt. But
boy, stop listening to country.
But okay, all right, pump the brakes there, brother. Pump the brakes there, brother. But I do love reggae. That's what I was getting at. Is like I do love like that chill vibe, bro. There's nothing better, and you can relate to this too.
I listen to a lot of reggae.
I listen to a shit ton of reggae, and it's so fun. Like when you go to the beach first thing in the morning, and it's like sun's barely even up yet, and you got a little bit of reggae playing. Just
can you play steel drums?
I can't play steel drums.
Really? Them things are cool.
What is steel drums? I've
it's
never heard
the
of that.
concave metal.
Yeah.
And
oh wow! I didn't know that's what it was called. Those are fucking dope though. That's like some.
Are those related?
No.
Related to what?
Reggae?
No, I think it's just an island thing.
No, that's just some trippy shit, bro. That's like you're sitting in a freezing cold lake. You know what I mean? You've got the long beard. And,
that is not what I picture when I fucking.
Oh, you haven't seen that guy on TikTok?
The other drum.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I thought, isn't that like the big like half circle thing where it's like upside down and you tap it?
Oh, that's something
okay.
else. I can't remember what that was.
Oh, you're talking about? Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. You know, he's sitting with the freezing cold lake.
No.
Okay, wait. What? So
it's like shiny silver. It's inverted like this.
Yeah.
And then there's like different things you hit around.
Really?
It's solid.
There's I need to see a picture of this shit. I feel so stupid right now. Have I never heard of this? That's crazy.
Have you ever been to like the Keys? They play this shit on every street corner.
Okay, I have to figure out what the fuck this item is. That's so funny.
They're cool. I like the way they sound.
Do you ever get like dabble in the music production side anymore?
Oh man, I want to. I want to go back. So I found myself trying to do both. So trying to do art and trying to do music and not getting anywhere. So I was like, I got to focus on one thing. So I chose to focus on the art. I felt like Jacksonville was leaning more towards the artistic side rather than music. And I was like, once I get in the door with one thing, then that'll like open the door for the music. So I hope to get back into it.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a really cool like two passions to mix, bro.
Yeah.
Like art
Speaking of art and music, what is synthography? Because when I read that, I don't know, I pictured like making art with music.
What is it?
Synthography.
Synthography.
So that's the AI. So I read this article on synthography. That's where I got it from. So he was basically like using AI as like being a photography, but instead of taking images of like real life, you're taking images from your mind, so like mental images. So that's basically what you're doing with AI. So when you enter in the prompt, it's like your wildest idea, like it's like taking a snapshot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So they called it synthography. So
that's cool.
So AI art is pretty much synthography? Yeah. Okay, got you. So it has nothing to do with music?
Oh, no.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's like taking the picture of your mind.
Yeah.
I know in the early parts of the episode we mentioned that you do really enjoy like the AR thing. But how often are you actually using that in your daily process, man? Like
now, so I started using it in 2022. That's like when it got real big and like we had all the banned AI movements and everybody was scared and stuff. Like I use it as a tool. So I use it like a paintbrush or like I use a pencil. It's great with brainstorming or like trying to put ideas together. So like I'll use it for murals sometimes, like just to create mock-ups to show people, like so they have like an idea of what I'm thinking. So
yeah. That's interesting, bro. I'll tell you one thing, man. AI has worked its way into my life like crazy.
Well, I use ChatGPT every fucking day.
I swear to God, I use ChatGPT religiously.
It's a cheat code.
Like, because we've been doing so many things like with the business side of the podcast lately, where it's like, I mean, this is my first time really like establishing a full on business plan and doing all these different things. I'm like, well, I don't know how the fuck. I don't even know like what half these fucking words are. You know what I mean? But you go to ChatGPT and it like explains everything, bro. I mean, it's such a cheat code to life. It's insane. I love ChatGPT, bro. Should we get into Joey's favorite segment?
Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Just the Tip. All right, so Joey, go ahead and explain this segment, brother.
Just the tip is not what you think. It's just a random tip. It doesn't have to be art related. Okay. It could just be just whatever tip you got for the people.
Man to man, man to anybody.
Relationship.
It
could be whatever.
Life tips, like life hacks. Anything like that.
I got 2 tips. They're always the same. Every interview I do. So the first one is do the work. So you actually see that in my bio, I think. Mm-hmm. So do the work. That's just like that applies to everything in life. I feel like any result that you're looking for, you'll see it as long as you do the work. So just continue to do the work. The other tip, something I need to do more of, but I always tell people to learn how to play chess. So I've heard that chess is the game of life, and like if you know how to play, like you can apply it to everything in life: work, business, relationship. You're always thinking 5-10 moves ahead. Like, if I do this, then what is that person going to do? Like, you're thinking about all these things before you even move your first piece. So
I love
same
chess.
Thing
I'm glad he said that. I love chess. I won 5th grade chess club. You know,
talk to him.
Look, I want to flex on here.
That explains everything.
Look, no big deal. Just hot shot over here. I was no grandmaster or nothing, but I played a little bit of chess my day. I'd love to play chess with you one day. I feel like this motherfucker. I feel like
you get your ass.
I'd get my fucking rocked in chess, brother.
I'm super rusty.
Really?
Get beat by the computer all the time. But I still like to play.
Yeah. Do you ever do the online chess thing? Like a lot of guys, they'll go online and play like a game against somebody. Like it's almost as if people are playing COD. You know what I mean? But you just go in there and play against somebody. And
I haven't played against anybody else. Usually just the computer.
Yeah. It's hard to beat the computer.
Like you said, you can beat the computer, bro. You're probably good.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the hardest opponent, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Joey, what's your just a tip, brother?
My just a tip is be your genuine self in every situation. Because once you start faking it, like whether you're with your friends, you're with your family, or even by yourself, like always be your genuine self, because then it just makes everything easier. Oh yeah. Once you start faking it, shit gets weird.
I like that. Yeah. My just a tip.
Yeah.
Is something that kind of only applies. I don't know if it's going to apply to everybody, but it definitely applies to me. Get in the water. like if you're ever, I know it sounds very random, but like whenever I'm having just like a shitty day or like a lot on my mind or I can't whatever, paddling out or just going like, or just chilling in the fucking pool.
Protect your mental.
Well, protect your mental for sure, but that's how I do it.
Yeah.
It's like very specific, but like for me, because when you're in the pool, you're not on your phone. You know what I mean? You're not like, there's really not a lot of outside distraction that you can have. Like sometimes I'll throw a podcast on while I'm in the pool or something. But dude, for me, just being in the fucking ocean, that's what really does it, bro.
Even being by the ocean, I feel like it's for sure.
Yeah, facts. And there's almost a little bit of that fear factor too. Like when you're out there, it's like
you might get eaten by a shark.
But it's like that kind of adds to like the peace a little bit. You know what I mean? It kind of does.
When you get out and you're still alive,
putting your life in God's hands. You know what I mean? Amen to that.
I love the ocean. I love the water. I have some of my most profound thoughts while in the shower. I feel like I can think about everything.
That's shower thoughts are good.
Yo, that's actually so facts. It's not that's
where I work on myself the most. Yeah. I'm in the shower. I'm sitting there going through it in the shower.
Talking to yourself, you see some people that have like the mirror in the shower too. I'm like, I get so
I
carried
can't do
away.
that.
I get so carried away. I go into like David Goggins mode, just be sitting there like, who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the boats? No, that's so funny, man. Do you have anything that kind of fires you up, bro, and like gets you excited to make art?
I don't know. Just I just like making it. I enjoy making it. I enjoy getting those thoughts out. And just like any kind of feelings, like I said, it's like writing in a diary. But I also enjoy the way it makes other people feel. I think that that ignites something in me. Just seeing how people react to it and how people can relate to it. Like one of my favorite things to hear, like when I have an art show, is that like that looks like my son, or like that reminds me of my brother. So that lets me know that people really like resonate with the work on a personal level.
Yeah. I like that, bro. And I one thing I did notice just going through your portfolio and stuff is you do paint a lot of like men, obviously. Is it tough to paint women, or do you just not paint a lot of women?
So I don't paint a lot of women because I feel like I can't tell that story. Like I'm not I can paint a woman, but
for sure.
Like my art is based on like my life, so I'm telling like my story. So
I like that.
A little boy, adolescent, young man. So I try to focus on men, and then like a lot of black men and just black art in general. Like you don't see it a lot, like in certain spaces, museums and
for sure
galleries. So like I want to create that and try to change some narratives and some stereotypes, and also create a reflection of like what I want to see more in art. Like I didn't go to museums a lot as a kid. I didn't start probably until like my 30s. And like I didn't see much that looked like me. So like I think about the young kids that I work with, and like I go into schools and talk to kids all the time. So I think about them going to those museums and like how good it would be to see like my art in there that looks like them. Like in that space. So
kind of fire them up, man, and make them feel like I can do this too. Yeah, I think that's dope, bro. Have you ever tried to paint a picture of someone that's sitting right in front of you? Like, back in the day, he'd tell someone to go sit on the couch, you know what I mean? He'd paint
or like on the train, you're painting
yeah.
I haven't tried to paint a picture. I've drawn, like, done, like, some quick little illustrations, but, I haven't tried to paint one.
Was it successful, you think? You did a good job?
With the illustrations?
Yeah, like with somebody right in front of you?
Oh, yeah, because I can make it cartoony, like do a little character or something, but nothing serious. Like something serious, I need a picture.
Have you seen those ones where it's like at theme parks, they'll have like a couple and they like...
It's like outrageous.
Their worst features, they will just make them the biggest thing. Like, it is hilarious.
I watch those all the time.
I love that shit, bro. I think the reveal, too, is always so funny, too, because they know exactly. Like, they know what they're getting themselves into.
I know, that's insane. I can't believe some of the people that sit down. I'm like...
you asked
know what's going to happen.
I really asking for this shit. No, that is funny. That is definitely funny. It's cool too. In the beginning of the episode, you mentioned that you were like big into like the animation thing and stuff like that. But a lot of your art, it kind of has like it doesn't seem like it's that style of art where it's like cartoony and stuff like that. It seems like very. I wouldn't say it's like all the way like realism. Like you can still tell that it's a painting, but it's like very, very detailed. Like there's never really any like. I mean, I'm sure you look at certain pieces and you're like, oh, this eye could have been smaller or whatever. But just like me looking at it, I'm like, that's pretty damn good art. You know what I mean? It looks like more real than cartoon, I guess I should say. Do you think that if you could mix the two, you would and make it so like the kind of style that you paint with, you could make that into an animation? Or would you kind of want to do like the cartoon style?
I thought I did mix the two.
Oh, shit.
So I'm not really a huge fan of realism. So kind of like my work to kind of teeter in the middle. So a little bit of realistic, like a little bit of cartoony. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of realistic art.
No, you crush it, bro. Mm-hmm. It's so fun just looking at your profile. Just I'm so glad to have you on the show today, man, because it's like I have so many questions. Because I'm like whenever I'm like looking at certain pieces of art, I'm like where do you start? You know what I mean? Yeah. For you, where do you start? Do you usually take like a pencil and kind of sketch out your idea, or do you start with the background and then paint over that?
Oh, that's a good question. So I normally start with something like this. So I'll do like some kind of abstract background, and then I usually like throw a portrait on top of that.
I like that. Yeah. And how much does your mood kind of depend on it too? Like, was the abstract in the background going to look a little bit different if you're in a bad mood versus if you're in like a really great mood?
I don't think that makes a huge difference. Because I normally start off with some kind of idea, so I go into it knowing like exactly what I want to do.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I feel like that's definitely the way to go about it. Yeah. Because I know for me, like just seeing certain backgrounds on paintings, especially the ones you do, I'm like that portrays a mood within myself. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, okay, this is a very like happy painting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas some of them, it's like they're almost kind of telling a story and painting a picture with its own art. But no, dude, let's plug these people in where they can find Chris Clark on Instagram, things like that. Obviously, you're on Instagram, and what is that? It's Cooley Raz Art?
Yeah, Cooley Raz Art.
Cooley Raz Art. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I like it, bro.
Yeah, same thing everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, same name everywhere. Every social media platform, I'm on all of them.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, if you guys haven't gone and checked that shit out yet, bro. I mean, after this episode, I know they're all going to be running to Instagram to go and see this man's art. But no, dude, yeah, definitely a huge honor to get you on the podcast today, bro. You're a genuine human, and I really appreciate you giving us the time. This shit is dope.
Shout out to Cream, too.
Shout out Cream, honestly,
being
bro.
a great guest, staying quiet. Didn't say a word.
I was going to say, didn't pipe up at all.
No,
did you have any questions for Cream before we get out of here?
Cream? No, I just want to give you appreciation, man.
For not coming over here and biting you.
Well, thank you.
I think we should make you hold it before.
No, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine.
We don't need Cream getting launched to the fucking wall.
Exactly. I don't want to get in trouble.
Anyone that watched, I think it was episode 109 with Alexa Sophia, we talked a little bit about snakes in there. And I've had a couple experiences where I'm like, I've never actually had a bad experience with a snake, but experiences where I'm like so intrigued by it.
They just creep me out, man, the way they move.
Yeah, well, nothing creeps out this man. He's had tarantulas and all kinds of shit.
Shout out to him.
Is there any last question before we get out of here? Is there any pet that you haven't had yet that you would like to have?
Oh, man.
A dog.
A dog is crazy. A dog is crazy.
He just said he's never had a dog.
Yeah, no, we've had dogs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Oh, actually, we were just talking earlier. I want one of those big cats, like a what is it, a serval, or like a lynx, like a big cat.
Oh, fuck!
Not a normal.
Okay, so like house cats alone can fuck you up, bro. Like I've seen a cat like go around a person up and down fast. I couldn't imagine like a 30-pound cat.
No, fuck that.
I'm good.
You got that one, brother. Well, I'm sure it's been probably owed a grizzly bear.
That's a dog. So. That ain't no cat.
It's dope, man. Respect to the people that have like all those different kinds of pets, because I know for me, it's like
somebody's got to take care of them.
Yes. Oh, one question I have. Me and Joey were actually going back and forth on this whenever Alexa had left and we were talking about snakes. Okay. Did any of your dogs ever want to mess with the snakes? Like, do you have to keep the snakes away from the dog, or did you not have them at the same time?
Yeah, we had them at the same time. I don't think they
the dog didn't even care.
Normal curiosity, but
that's so
crazy.
dope.
Not trying to attack it or anything.
Yeah, because I know for me, like my dog is so well trained, but if he were to notice a snake, he'd definitely probably try to like paw at it and mess with it, and just kind of see like what he could do to it.
I've seen my dog like pick up a snake.
Oh no, your dog.
She finds a snake.
No, you're
not okay.
Your dog should not be within a mile of a snake, or
she's a hunter.
No, man. But what was the dog that you had? Just curious.
Little dogs.
I like that.
Nothing crazy. We had a teacup Chihuahua, and we had a what was the other one? A peekapoo.
Okay, so the snake,
Pekingese and a poodle. Yeah. The dog was probably more afraid of the snake.
Yeah, I was gonna say the snake could probably take either one of those dogs. Right? I'd probably put my money on the snake in those cases.
Tiny dogs. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, dude, once again, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Oh yeah,
love this conversation, man. It was an honor for real. All the OGs that are watching this episode right now, if you guys are not following us on social media, you guys already know where to go. Instagram, OG Sessions Pod, X OG Sessions Pod, TikTok, OG Sessions. If you guys want more bonus content, you already know how this shit goes.
Where do they go?
Patreon.com/OG Sessions. Choose a membership that's right for you and take advantage of all them secret sessions, baby. You know we get wild in them secret sessions.
We get crazy.
So, we actually have a big secret session that we've been planning for you guys where me and Joey are going to gonna push the boundaries a little bit. I know Joey's not very excited for this. I'm personally not very excited for it either, but I know that the Patreons will love it, man. That's who we do it for, right?
We do it for the Patreons.
That's who we do it for. And if you guys like any of the gear that me and Joey are rocking today, ogsessions.com, all the heat is there now. We're actually dropping a new item. No, by the time this episode comes out, there's already going to be probably 2 new items on there. So you guys go check that out. Shout out to everyone that supports us. You guys are the absolute shit, man. And once again, shout out to the man, Chris Clark. Absolute honor getting you on the podcast today, brother. Dude, seriously, it is a blessing, bro. Definitely want to have you back on soon. And honestly, can't wait for, your next show or next,
piece of art.
Yes, piece of art for sure. But just like, dude, you're breaking down barriers right now, bro. And I think it's really cool. Just, someone from the city, you can really be an inspiration for a lot of these younger people that are coming up trying to make art and stuff like that, man. And you're such a genuine dude. So it's just full package. You got anything else, Joey?
No, man. I just want to thank you for coming out. It's been a great conversation, getting to know you, and I loved it.
And thank you for bringing cream.
Yeah, thanks for cream.
We're slowly, like, a little bit, inch by inch, breaking down Joey's fears.
No, I'm not going to touch it.
All right, OG, shout out to everyone that watched this episode of the OG Sessions podcast. This is episode 111. We're kicking through season 3, baby.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, we are out.
Peace.